I didn't know what to do. I ran in the house. I grabbed a cloth and put warm water on it and came back and did the same thing.
Did you do anything to harm him? Do you know who harmed him? Before the cops showed up, did you move or remove anything from the house?
No.
Did you go anywhere?
No.
Talk to anybody from the moment you got up to when you called 911?
No, the only thing I cared about was him.
On the morning of October 18, 2019, in Tampa, Florida, 26-year-old Melissa Turner called 911 and reported that her 25-year-old fiancé, Matthew Trussler, was bleeding and unresponsive. He was declared dead at the scene, and Melissa was taken to the Hillsborough County Police Department to get her statement. Now, we will analyze this interrogation footage and use it to not only understand Melissa's psychology, but also highlight different stages of the investigation. Alright, so we can see Melissa crying while holding a book in her hand. It's actually a photo album with some of her fiancé Matthew's pictures. This is quite unusual for someone to bring in a prop to the interrogation room, but the photo album may tell his story better. That's not what her hands look like, by the way. She's wearing gloves because she attempted CPR on Matthew, leaving her hands bloody. Her decision not to remove the gloves or wash her hands is confusing. Lastly, look at her feet. Sitting in an in-toeing position with her feet pointing inwards, also known as pigeon toes, may not reveal much about her emotional state, as it can be a posture preference. However, according to some body language experts, in-toeing directly relates to shrinking the body profile so as to appear more submissive and docile. She can also be seen adjusting her clothes. It's not a sign of guilt. However, it can indicate a desire to appear composed and presentable while giving her statement, potentially out of anxiety or a wish to maintain a certain image. From here on, the interrogation begins, and the very first step is the introduction.
It's a lot less glamorous than they make it on TV, right?
It's not too cold for you.
I think I'd still have tremors right now, even if it were 100 degrees in here. You Fitbits are lying, motherfuckers. Do you have one?
I'm sorry?
A Fitbit smartwatch?
No, I don't.
Here's some cold water for you.
Thank you.
I tried to find some nice soft tissues.
It's okay.
That's what I was able to get, okay?
I'm not too concerned with you.
I just, you look very upset.
I look like a mess. I saw myself. I've got blood all over my face.
I'm sure you've had better days. Like I said, I'm Detective Tabor. This is Detective Latu. And I was provided your name, Melissa Turner. Is that correct?
Yes.
Can you spell it for me?
Melissa Turner.
All right, Miss Turner, do you got a middle name?
Rose.
Rose, like the flower?
Rose.
Okay. When's your birthday?
November 25th, 1992.
You had mentioned you all were drinking because you drank on the nights that when you didn't have to get up the next morning to do anything. Do either of you work?
I do, yeah, and he helps me with work. He was working with, just recently working.
What about you?
I'm a cam model.
Okay.
So I work from home. There's a room upstairs that has all my work stuff in it, and it's my work room, and that's it.
Okay. You said you do your cam model?
Yes.
Okay. Part of your job do people ever come to your house to see you?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
I never meet with anybody. I never have anyone at the house. No.
Do you do all your work through your computer?
Yes.
Like what's the word I want to use? It's webcam.
Yes. Essentially, most of it, yes.
I'm not like the most technically inclined person, so I knew what it was, but I couldn't think of what it was.
Yeah.
Do you ever use your phone to do any kind of webbing or anything like that?
Yes, that's mostly why I'm on my phone, because I'm doing work.
Okay. When did you all actually start living together?
Around the time that Irma hit.
Irma hit, so that was last year, right? In October?
It was
17.
17.
No, so 2017.
Yeah.
You guys, you said that you all bought the house back in January. Did you move in then?
Yes.
Okay. Where did you meet him at?
Tinder.
Tinder? That's a dating app, right?
Yeah.
Now, we've divided and compiled different parts of the interrogation in individual sections so that you can understand the investigative process better. But throughout the interrogation, you'll see Melissa switching between crying and laughing. For now, we can just say that it is unusual. The next step for the detectives is to set the stage for the interview. It is important to note that this is not an interrogation.
So now we're here at the CID office. I just want to go over a couple things with you real quick, okay? Just so you know, our rooms are audio and video recorded, all right? There's a camera right there.
I already seen it.
Okay.
And the
And
recorder over there.
we have digital recorders, so just in case that fails, this thing picks up what we say, okay? And it's to protect you and to protect us, so we can never say that you said something that you didn't, and you can't say something that we said that we didn't. You know what I mean?
Understood.
Like I told you back at the scene where I met you, and today's date, just for the record, is Friday, October 18, 2019. It's 10:51 hours. Met you over there. And Miss Turner, we're going to go at your pace, okay?
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Listen, you
The
don't...
date called me because a month and a half ago, we went to Cade's and we picked out a living room set, but it was on back order. It was supposed to be here this week, but it was delayed.
Okay. It's
And
not...
it's gonna show up, and I'm gonna have this f***ing couch. We picked it to it would be a half my chair. It was a love seat with a console in the middle. It was supposed to be me. And it's gonna show up, and what the f*** do I do with it now?
I don't know.
It never even got to sit it with me.
I'm so sorry.
Melissa appears completely distraught in this clip. She holds her head in her hands, her body is slumped, she grabs her hair in stress. All these characteristics are signs of a breakdown. Crying over a couch set is not suspicious either. In fact, this is perfectly normal to randomly think of a memory and feel the void. However, what's suspicious is the fact that she cries over this, but not when she talks about how she met her dead fiancé through Tinder and how their story began. Again, remember, Melissa's emotions are not in the right place, so we can't judge her too harshly.
Just so you know, that door right there is unlocked, okay? If you walk out the door at any time during the interview, if you want to, you go to the left and you're in the parking lot. All right? You know that you're not under arrest and you don't have to talk to us, right? I told you that back at the scene. The reason I'm telling you this is because I'm not here to try to trick you. There's no tricks here, all right? I'm just trying to figure out what happened.
Tell me shit. Tell me about things that don't matter.
Kind of keep your mind off of what's going on.
Absolutely.
Okay. And where? Can you raise your right hand for me? You swear everything you're going to tell me today is going to be the truth?
I swear.
Okay, you can put your hand down.
After her rights are read to her, she's given a choice. At this crossroad, she would end up taking the road to prison.
Do you want to keep wearing those gloves, or do you want to take them off? Because it's my understanding a deputy had you sign something, or you were handling a pen, so he had you put those on because of
I
the
was
amount of
getting
blood.
things bloody because I was covered in his blood.
Okay.
Would you like to take them off? You're more than welcome to take them off.
It's completely up to you. I just didn't know. I mean, we don't.
It's uncomfortable. Your hands will start your hands start getting sweaty and that, and get all the yucky.
I'll leave them on for now.
Okay. Very
I
nice.
don't know if I can handle just taking them off and seeing that the blood on my hands.
Matthew Trussler was found dead at his house with a stab wound to the back and a few more cuts. Detectives seek to establish a comprehensive and accurate timeline of events leading up to the incident in question.
You swear that everything you're going to tell me is going to be the truth today? You can read and write the English language?
Yes.
Do you know where you're at right now?
Yes.
Do you know what's going on?
Yes.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol? All right. In fairness, when I was talking to you earlier back at the house over there, I smelled a little bit of alcohol on your breath.
We were drinking last night.
No, that's fine, and there's nothing wrong with drinking. I just want to make sure that I cover that, so I know what your state is when I'm asking you questions.
Yeah,
That's
no,
all.
we were drinking last night,
Okay.
but obviously not since I woke up.
When's the last time you had a drink?
Probably 10-ish last night, 10:30 maybe.
I'm not trying to pick on you, and I don't want you to get upset with me. I'm just trying to cover it. In fairness to you, I could smell it, so I don't want to. Listen, the only thing I have in this world is my word. I don't want to play any tricks or anything. I could smell it, so I wanted to ask you about it. Is that fair?
That's fine, because I mean, I get up early all the time for 4:30 in the morning. So by 10 o'clock at night, I'm normally spent, and I told whoever I was talking to there that I remember just being tired. Yeah, we were drinking, but I just remember being tired and curling up in the chair.
When's the last time you said you went to bed? What time did you? Let me start there. What time did you go to bed last night?
I mean, like I said, we were having some drinks. But I remember getting really tired around 10, and I just wanted to go to bed. And 10:30-ish was when I remember. 10:30, 11 maybe is when I remember going to curl up on the chair, because I slept on that big chair that's in my little office area downstairs.
Okay.
What were you guys drinking?
Vodka.
Just vodka? Anything else?
I mean, vodka and Coke and water, just.
Were you having drinks, or were you guys taking shots?
We were taking shots.
Would you say? Now I don't know what your alcohol tolerance is. What would you say you were intoxicated? When you went to sleep?
Well, I was taking. He can drink like he could. I mean, he was always he could drink you under the table.
Does he
He
have
had a
drink?
high metabolism, and he was just always running through booze. I remember I made a specific point of it even earlier in the night to tell him, I want to stop, let's take a break, and for an hour and a half, at least earlier in the night, I didn't drink a single thing, I just had water, and we ate and everything. We had, we ate dinner, and that was it. And I mean, I got drunk, yeah, but not obliterated, like I would say I was beyond being just buzzed, because we did get drunk, but that's what we did. We were there at the house ourselves. That's what we would do on a night when we didn't have to get up and do anything the next morning. We had drinks. He always liked drinking. He was a drinker.
Did he have would you say he had a drinking problem or no?
He had a drinking problem.
Okay.
I can't bullshit you. I mean, his mom will tell you the same thing. He did. He would admit it himself.
We'll keep it simple. Would you require 2 minutes to answer if you were intoxicated? Many details can mean a lack of confidence or the need to be believed, but given Melissa's recent loss, we can't pin anything on her. Yet.
Besides the alcohol last night, were there any drugs?
No.
We're not the drug police, so
No.
I'm just asking.
No, he would never touch any of that, because that was a deal breaker for me, and he knew that. He knew if he touched anything like that again, that he would lose me.
Okay.
That was my number one deal breaker with him.
And I'm assuming.
So, at the drug police, he was not shy about it in his past when he was younger. He was into hard drugs.
Okay.
But it's been years since then, because he knew that was my number one deal breaker. He touched it again, we were done. I didn't give a shit. That was it.
What kind of drugs was he into previously?
Mostly.
I didn't know him at the time that he was on drugs. This is him telling me about his past. He smoked weed all the time. He did heroin, coke, every now and then maybe. I don't know anything else, really.
Okay.
Melissa's shift in body language while discussing her righteousness and Matthew's drug issues can hint at her growing confidence and a desire to appear more assertive, all the while deflecting any blame.
Can you take us back to yesterday, from the time you guys woke up and to kind of how we got here today?
Yeah, as much as I can.
The best that you can. That's all we're asking for.
I woke up at 4 yesterday, normal. Got up, I put on
Morning
my
or PM?
morning.
So,
I'm a morning person.
so do you work like during the night? Or,
I work early mornings.
okay. So you got up around 4 p.m.
I got up at 4 a.m.
4 a.m.
yesterday. I got up at 4 a.m. Got up, got ready, my makeup and everything. Got on cam, did my work, logged off around 9:30 in the morning. And then I went and I put on my workout clothes. And he was awake. He put on his too because we had just gone and gotten new shoes together, new Nikes, so we could work out together and everything. So we got dressed and we took the dog on a walk. So it was a 30-minute walk around the neighborhood.
What time do you think you walked the dog yesterday?
Around 10. Around
Okay.
10, 10:30 in the morning.
What'd y'all do next?
When we got back to the house, I went out to the garage to work out more, and he stayed in the house. He was cleaning up the kitchen, put the dishes in the dishwasher, that sort of thing. I went and I took a shower whenever I got back in. And we got ready. We put on our shoes again. We went to Home Depot.
What time did you go to Home Depot?
It was around 12:30.
In the afternoon?
Yes,
I know they're not open at midnight, but I just want to be.
it was around then. Yeah, after my shower and everything. And then
What'd y'all go to Home Depot for? I saw like the wooden stuff in the garage because the garage door was open, so I was just curious.
With a big pumpkin man in the yard.
Yes.
And the spikes that came with him were only these little 4-inch things. And with the rain that we'd been having, the ground was so soft, he fell right over. So we got 18-inch garden spikes and just put them in the ground.
Which Home Depot did y'all go to?
The one, I don't know if it's Riverview branded, the one that's 10 minutes north of the house, off of 301. Right there by the Wawa.
Okay, I know which one you're talking about. All right, what do you guys do once you get back to, or did you go anywhere after Home Depot?
We went to Publix because we didn't really have anything for lunch in the house, and he wanted to cook us lunch.
When crying, our breathing pattern becomes irregular. Plus, the tissues in the throat swell up due to increased blood flow and mucus. This can lead to shallow breathing and an inconsistent airflow, impacting vocal quality. But in Melissa's case, whenever the detectives ask her a direct question when she's crying, her voice goes back to being absolutely normal. Besides, she keeps laughing in between her tears. It's not uncommon for people under stress to exhibit such emotional fluctuations. Laughing could be a coping mechanism for Melissa, or she may be chuckling to dissociate from emotional distress. Throughout this, the main detective is engaging in casual conversation to keep this interview light. Before we move any further, let's see what kind of a person Matthew was.
And I was wearing a t-shirt yesterday and I was cold. So he gave me his shirt to wear.
I want to ask you just a couple of questions. Once you guys wrap that up, what happened next? Or what'd y'all do?
I mean, we were talking about vacations and money and stuff at the same time, and I feel like I know what happened next. As I've been having a stomach issue lately where I'm
just start burping a lot, and I get the hiccups. And from the hiccups, I throw up. I didn't get to the throw up because he helped me calm down and just control my breathing and like make the hiccups go away. And that's what happened next. But for me, it's a really exhausting process. You may be hiccuping for 15 minutes. And I mean, sometimes it's longer for me. I mean, normally the hiccups can be anywhere from 10 or 15 minutes to it's been an hour of just straight hiccups. And that's annoying as shit and exhausting at the same time. So I'm not sure exactly how long I had the hiccups last night, but I know that started up again. I don't know what it is with me.
What did he do while you had the hiccups?
He was just there with me, telling me to breathe, to calm down.
Was he trying to help you?
Absolutely. Breathe, calm down, hold my breath. And whenever he was like, breathe with me, doing this, and he knocked over my Truly.
Your what?
My drink, my Truly that I had. That's what. Yeah.
Where were you at when he was
We
trying
were
to get you?
in the kitchen by the island.
Okay.
And he knocked it over and spilled most of it.
How'd that make you feel?
I didn't care. I had 20 more in the fridge outside.
And what
We got a BOGO.
A Truly?
Truly, yeah.
That's the hard seltzer, right?
Yes. We got a buy two get one. So I had plenty of them outside of the garage in the fridge. I didn't care if he spilled it. It didn't matter. I would just go get another. I didn't, but I could if I wanted one. Just go get another one.
If Melissa can cry over her couch set, you would think remembering Matthew would trigger the same reactions. Matthew was known to his friends as a kind, hardworking, and funny person. He was just getting the hang of being an adult and was slowly but surely taking steps towards personal growth.
Do you remember what time you started playing card games?
It was around 6:15. Because the animals, the cats and the dog always get fed at 7 at night, so they started circling us, so we were playing.
They're like clockwork, huh?
Oh, they started to circle us around, getting closer to 6:37, so we got up and fed them. And then,
You remember what kind of games you all were playing?
rummy, blackjack, kind of, just anything.
The reason I'm asking because there's card games and there's drinking games. I don't know if you all were playing drinking games or if you were just playing rummy or solid.
We were playing, we played like, when it got to, you lost this much, yeah, you take a shot, but after 3 shots, we said, okay, that's enough. Let's take a break, have some water for a minute. We stopped.
Mm-hmm.
We did.
What time did you guys stop?
Around, it was around the time that we had to feed the animals, probably around 7.
Okay.
That's kind of what I was going to ask. When do you think you started drinking? Was it when you started playing the card games? Was it before?
It was
that?
a little bit after that, yeah.
So right after you started drinking.
He had been having beers throughout the day, but that's his thing. He drinks like a fish in water.
So while you're answering emails and he's watching TV, he's maybe having a few beers.
Maybe a beer or two. Actually, I don't think he was having beers at that time because he was low on beer, so he wasn't really.
Once the feeding process was done, what did y'all do next?
We just sat around and talked about stuff. We talked to there's one of the papers probably still on the kitchen counter that has like a rough drawing that he did of like the outline of like, here's our house, here's our sidewalk, because he knew that Halloween. I love Halloween. It's such a big thing for me. And he wanted our house we needed more lights outside. He wanted to be more illuminated, not just have this big pumpkin man thing standing out there. He wanted more lights and things to illuminate the other decorations that we had out there. So he drew a whole little diagram. And we were talking about the lights and everything we were going to go get. We said maybe not this year, it won't be the best, but we'll go get everything on clearance right after Halloween.
Yeah, that's usually when you get the best deals.
That's what I always
Or
do.
whatever's left over, because they're trying to clear the shelves for inventory.
Yeah.
So when you guys where are you all talking? You said at the table. Is that in the kitchen or?
In the island in the kitchen. That's, I mean, we like to stand and walk around a lot. I mean, whenever we're just talking, it helps us, think and everything. We were just talking, walking around the island.
Did you guys start drinking back at that time again, or when did you guys start picking up the?
We started drinking at around 7:30, 7:45-ish. I mean, no, it was 8 actually, because we sent Alexa a reminder for me to put the food in the oven. We were just talking about things. We were talking about my phone was on. We pulled up the credit card, the Capital One, because we card.
I'm sorry.
We share a card. The Capital One card. We share a card. We were bringing it up and looking at it because of the charges and everything on it, and because it's a cashback code. And our goal was always, whenever the cashback got to 1,000, we were going to take ourselves on a vacation. And we had just hit around 600.
And that's a card you guys share?
Yes, it was his card, and then he got me added onto it. And we were talking last night about putting him onto my bank accounts and everything, so he could help manage the money more and stuff. And it just both of us just keep a look over it. And we were talking about that. We talked about the Halloween decorations a bit more. We talked about vacations and what we wanted to do, and kind of just trying to sort our lives out, kind of thing. Like, make sure we had a clear path with what we wanted to do with our lives.
Are you all on the same page when it comes to all that? I'm sorry, you said absolutely.
We wanted to.
So there wasn't any disagreements or any fighting, anything like that?
We didn't want kids. We had our animals. If anything, we wanted more of them. We wanted to travel the world. We wanted to just live life with each other.
This is the first clear moment when her emotions lack authenticity. Her hand movement, voice, the matter about which she's crying, everything seems gimmicky.
And I remember it was getting late. And, because, it was probably, 10:30-ish. Maybe. I wasn't keeping, not like I was keeping tabs on the time.
Right.
But 10:30 sounds about right. And I remember getting tired. And I just wanted to go to bed.
Okay. Did you go to bed? Is that what you did next?
I think, you get talking when you get drinking and stuff, and he was still having his beers, and I remember he was just still going and talking about stuff, and I was kind of like, yeah, I'm here, but I want to go to bed. Kind of like one of those, like, kind of, I'm tired.
I'm married. I'm there with you. Alright?
Like,
I know what you mean.
You and me both.
So when you're tired, you're ready to go to bed.
Yeah.
And the other person wants to keep talking, and sometimes you're listening and you're doing the old head nod, but then when they say, they ask you a question, they trick you. They're like, oh, you're not listening to me.
Especially because I would get up so much earlier than him, so our sleep schedules were off.
4:30 is early.
And then he didn't wake up until 9 or something,
Right.
that our sleep schedules are always off. And so, like I said, 10:30, 11, I'm spent. I'm just doing that,
What was he talking about? Do you remember?
I can't. I can't. It was. I was tired as shit at the point.
If you don't remember, you don't remember. I don't want to.
I think we were just. We were actually, I remember what it was we were talking about, because his mom recently he has health issues and stuff. His mom's a nurse.
Mm-hmm.
And she said that you might have, and we got into talking about that again, because we've gone through the symptoms, the list of it and everything, and talked about it. We were just talking about
My planner is probably still in the kitchen that has, be an adult, call this person, this health insurance, all this stuff.
Now that Matthew has passed away, we must consider 3 potential scenarios that could explain what happened to him.
He can't eat enough. He's always just ripping through calories. Like, his Fitbit will even, like, I've taken his pulse and counted the beats per minute. I watched his Fitbit say he just sits there and is at 120, with his heart rate.
How long would you say that conversation last? Because this is about...
I don't know. I was, like I said, I was just getting tired.
And then once that, did you fall asleep during that conversation, or did you...
I started to get tired. Because he always knows when I start to get tired, I'll just start to, like, when it's that late, sometimes I'll just start to close my eyes. I don't even notice it. If we were sitting down, he wouldn't... We were on the couch, he always just, like, tips me over, so I just lie down on the couch.
Where were you guys at when you were having that
We were
conversation?
in the kitchen.
In the kitchen?
Yeah.
Okay. After that conversation happens, what happens?
After talking in the kitchen, I remember going to lie down on the chair in the office.
Now, what time do you think that was?
11 maybe?
Okay. When you go to sleep, it's still just you and him
Yes.
in the house? Okay. Is he awake when you fall asleep?
Yes, he's always awake when I go to sleep.
Was he in the office with you, or?
I don't believe so. I think he was in the kitchen.
When emergency medical services reached Melissa and Matthew's place that morning, the insinuation was that Matthew had taken his own life. People who engage in hurting themselves often do so as a way to cope with overwhelming emotions or stress, which is why it is important for the detectives to understand Matthew's history and his recent mental state.
When he was talking about, that was the conversation about, what was his mood then? Was he worried about it?
He was never worried about anything.
So he's just generally talking about it because his mom thought that may be what he has, or you guys thought that's what he has?
He didn't like talking about it because his health issues have been going on for a while, but he fit the bill for everything.
But what I'm getting at is, while he's having this conversation, is he having it like in a panic, like, oh my gosh, I may have all this stuff, there's all this stuff wrong with me, or he's just telling you about it?
This is a conversation we've had many times. We were just going over it again, like, because we were talking about health insurance and, like, getting to a doctor, because we believe that he fatigue, the coldness, everything. I can go down the list. I hit a lot of the symptoms, and it makes a lot of sense for my body type and how I eat and work out and stuff. So we were talking about that, the health insurance, and that all together, kind of in the same put.
Gotcha.
Did you, so you fall asleep in the chair in the office. Did you wake up at all during the night? What time did you wake up this morning?
Probably 20 minutes before I don't know what time it was. I don't even know what time it is right now.
It's 11:33 a.m.
I don't know. I normally don't sleep in. But whatever time, I remember waking up, and I didn't see him around. I saw the kitchen was. I didn't see him outside at first. I didn't see him there. I went upstairs and I checked the bedroom. I thought he went to bed upstairs. I checked upstairs. And then I came back down again. And I saw Farrah by the sliding glass door. She wanted to go outside, so I opened the door. I was really... And I saw him. He was sitting in the chair, slumped over at the table. He was cold. I pulled him to the ground.
I'm sorry. I know this must be very difficult for you.
It feels like a dream. It feels like a nightmare because when I've had nightmares, this has been it. Losing him.
When you pulled him onto the ground, what did you do? What did you try to do? Or did you do anything?
I grabbed his face. I tried to talk to him. His eyes were open. His pupils weren't doing anything. And that scared the shit out of me. I begged him to come back to me. Because I can't do this myself. I put my thing in. I tried to check for a pulse. I didn't know what to do. I ran in the house. I grabbed a cloth and put warm water on it and came back and did the same thing. I tried to start CPR. And then I went back in the house and I got my phone. It was on speakerphone with the operator while I was trying to give it.
What kind of phone do you have?
Note, the Note, whatever, Note 9, the Note 10, I don't know.
What color is it?
It's blue and an OtterBox, though it's black with the OtterBox up.
She was okay until the detectives asked her when she woke up that morning. She starts her sentence but then catches herself and replies with, "I don't know," and starts crying. This is very important to note, and the reason will be revealed soon. Melissa's sudden shift from crying hysterically to answering calmly and naturally when asked about her phone's kind and color is indicative of emotional manipulation or control. In cases of intense stress or trauma, some individuals may experience dissociation, where they mentally disconnect from their emotions and surroundings. She found her fiancé dead with blood all around him. This could traumatize anyone.
I don't believe that.
When's the last?
Fuck him. He always told me he was gonna die young. And I hated him every time he said it.
Who's him? Who are we talking about here?
I'm talking about he always told me he had a feeling he was gonna die young.
When's the last time he told you that?
It's been a long while, probably a year almost.
He wasn't too happy with himself whenever we first started seeing each other, and it took him a while, but he finally started to
Of life. We were planning going to Key West, to Mexico, to Bali. We had trips we were planning.
Did he ever
The
say
ring
that
is
he
still on my finger under this stupid glove. We're engaged. We were gonna get married.
Did he ever say he was going to hurt himself or anything like that?
Not really.
Did he mention anything of that last night? About
No.
wanting to harm himself?
No.
Did he?
Excuse me one minute.
Did he seem that? Did he seem upset or depressed or anything? I know he was stressed.
No,
out.
but he always did his damnedest to hide it from me whenever he was sad or depressed. So, he did everything he could to hide it from me, even though I could tell, there was always a part of me that could tell when he was upset or sad.
Mhm.
But he did his damnedest to hide it from me as best as he could.
He just, in general, talked about wanting to hurt himself. He never told you any
he
plan or
tried
anything?
to not get too specific with me because he knew it upset me.
But the theory of him hurting himself does not hold much truth. Matthew was not struggling mentally and emotionally, so why would he harm himself? By now, the medical examiners have noticed several injuries on him. Matthew had a wound on his right forearm, a large laceration to his chest, a small cut on the right shoulder, and a significant wound on his back. How could Matthew have done all of this to himself?
And did anybody else come over?
No.
When's the last time anybody else had ever come over to the house? Like a visitor?
Like a friend or something. It's been a while. Honestly, we keep to ourselves a lot. No, he had in September.
That's the last time anybody came to the house?
Yeah.
When you woke up, or did you hear anything
No.
last night?
No.
Like in the night?
No.
What do you think happened?
I mean, you understand just from our standpoint, obviously, we weren't there last night. If you could just take your best guess of what you thought could have happened.
I don't know. I woke up to just see the kitchen a bloody mess.
Did anything happen between the two of you in the kitchen to cause that bloody mess?
The possibility of Matthew's death being the result of an assault by an outsider opens up several considerations. What could be the motive? How did that person enter? How did Melissa not hear anything? Is there any forensic evidence present in the house right now? Therefore, investigating Matthew's personal and professional life, relationships, and any potential enemies become a vital task.
Did he have any issues with anybody else?
In what way do you mean?
Like, does he owe, I mean, is there anybody out there that wants to hurt him?
Shouldn't be. I mean, maybe my ex, he did try and shoot him before.
When was that?
2017, June, July.
Who's your ex?
Christopher Harrison, Hillsborough County. You guys are the ones that showed up to take him away. He
When's
spent
his
2
birthday?
nights in jail. His birthday is January 11th. The January 28th, I don't remember. 1991.
Does he still live in Hillsborough County?
No, I believe he's living back in Polk County with Mommy.
Okay. When's the last time you talked to him?
The night he got arrested.
Do you know his phone number?
No.
And that was the June or July 2017 when he
I believe it
arrested?
was.
Okay.
I believe it was June, the end of June.
What was he arrested for?
Domestic violence and assault with a deadly weapon, 2 counts for each. He got pissy because I had at the house, but mind you, he had just had a girl upstairs that he was fucking and sent on her way. But he was sick. He had bronchitis. I picked him up from work and brought him to the house. Explained all of this to Chris, saying, "He's sick. I'm going to pick up prescriptions now for him. He's sick as a dog." But I had just adopted a new cat too, so we were that night happened to be downstairs in the living room, playing with the cat. Normally, whenever I would come over, if Chris was there, we would keep to my room, just to avoid conflict and all that. But we were downstairs, we had a new cat. Why shouldn't have been a problem? Like, he was just fucking a girl upstairs in his room. But he had wanted to show his dick that night, and he came downstairs and started arguing, and went upstairs because he put on his clothes, he was just gonna leave, but then Chris started yelling at me and back and forth yelling, and it ended up with me grabbed me and just started kissing me, and Chris had his phone, funny as shit, as he was recording all of it the entire time, was just recording us kissing, and then he said something, turned and looked at him, and then Chris just whipped out a fucking Glock, pointing straight at him, intending to shoot him, and my dumbass stepped in front of the gun. And then he called the cops on himself. I have the video and everything. There's an intruder in my house. So he got arrested for that because he's just stupid.
Is that the last incident between the two of them?
Yes.
Does Christopher know where you all live?
I hope not.
I mean, have you told him?
No, absolutely not. He tried to message me on, social media and stuff, and I told him, basically, go fuck yourself, anytime you try to contact me.
Okay.
So,
And that's the last time you physically have seen Chris is when he got arrested?
yes, that night.
What about anybody else other than Christopher? Any issues, or has expressed any concern about anybody else wanting to harm him?
Nothing, no, absolutely not wanting to harm him, no.
Have you ever talked about wanting to harm himself?
Melissa can be seen introducing an alternative suspect. By discussing Chris's past actions, she can be subtly implying that he's more likely to have committed such an act again. The casual tone and laughter when discussing Chris suggest a lack of genuine grief for her recently deceased fiancé. She seems flattered about the fact that her ex still tries to approach her. Based on this, we can say that Melissa thinks so highly of herself that she believes that her ex is capable of killing someone for her.
When you woke up this morning, was there anybody else in the house?
No.
Were the windows and doors and everything shut?
Yes.
I'm just trying to wrap my head around everything. What do you think happened?
I don't know. What injuries did he have? Because I saw the 2 cuts on his arms. I know they were deep, but what? Why?
I don't know. I haven't been in the house. That's why I'm asking you. You were there, obviously. You have his blood all over you.
I don't
You're trying to
understand.
get CPR and help him. I understand. You said he had 2 deep cuts on his arm? You know
I
which, right?
think they were on, like, his arm. I mean, at that point, I started to freak out. I don't know. It might have been 1 cut. It might have been more than that. That's all I saw, though. I know there was 1, like, deep cut on his arm. But I didn't even think that was enough to bleed out from it. But maybe it would. And there was a broken. I don't remember the glass breaking. There was a broken glass in the kitchen that I walked past. And there was a broken beer bottle in the garage, but that's. I mean, I can't attribute that to anything because the way we have the garage set up right now, it's kind of hard to open the door to the refrigerator sometimes, and I drop it all the time, so I can't.
Do you sleepwalk?
No.
Does he sleepwalk?
No.
You pointed to, just a second ago, you pointed to your right arm. Is he right-handed or left-handed?
He's right-handed.
Are you right-handed or left-handed?
I'm right-handed.
Did you see any other injuries anywhere else?
No, I remember.
Besides, did you make any other phone calls? Does he have a phone? What's it? Did you use your phone
I don't
or?
remember. I grabbed a phone.
What kind of, let me see, I'm trying to look, maybe this will help me, I wrote it down, the number that called. So you must have
No, it's
used
his.
his phone. What kind of phone does he have?
He's got an Android, LG.
What color is it?
I think it's black. It's in an OtterBox, so
Do you know what color the OtterBox is?
black. Yeah.
What's the password?
I don't know. I just used my fingerprint to get.
If-
If an outsider had assaulted Matthew, it stands to reason that Melissa should have heard something, yet she claims she didn't. This brings us to the final possibility. Could Melissa herself have been the attacker?
Do you have any injuries on your person?
No,
Any scratches or cuts or anything?
not that I've noticed. I mean, I was wearing.
You weren't wearing those gloves.
No.
The deputy at the scene gave them to you? Here, let me get the trash can.
Sorry.
You can put those in here if you want.
What happened? I see you got a Band-Aid on
I
your
was
left
just gonna ask you
ankle.
about that. What happened there?
We just went to the outlet stores. Allerton outlets.
Mm-hmm.
And we went to the Nike store and got new shoes. I have a blister from when we were taking the dog on a walk.
Where's the blister at?
I mean, I can take the Band-Aids off, but
We'll keep it on for a second. Would you mind
I think
taking
I
your...
did grab the glass though.
I was gonna say, would you mind just taking those gloves off for me?
You can put them right in that trash can.
Yeah, I have a little cut on my hand. But
Can we see where you're going to?
right there.
And that's from what?
I think it's from grabbing the glass. Or him
Because I know there was the broken glass this morning. I'm sorry, this morning's not the clearest thing in my mind. Wait.
Do you know where or
I
what?
remember it was a Hard Rock glass, I believe, in the kitchen, and I think I picked up a piece of it on the floor.
What about your other hand there?
Observe her right palm, slightly folded as if she wants to keep it hidden, while her left hand remains fully extended.
That may be, they're hard for me to ask, but I don't want you to take offense to them, okay? These situations, our job is to gather all the facts and try to figure out what happened, all right? So you're not the first person that I've asked these kinds of questions to, okay? But I have to ask them, because I want to figure out what happened to Matthew, okay?
Sorry.
Go ahead, take it.
Yeah.
During the questioning, Melissa has cried for two different types of situations. One, at the most random moments, and two, when the detectives ask her tough or direct questions. At this moment, the two detectives seem to be communicating. In the interrogation room, the primary detective stays there all the time, but the secondary detective leaves occasionally. This is part of their strategy. When the secondary detective returns, they ask questions about what they missed, and the main detective listens to see if the person's responses are consistent.
Are you, hold on a second. Obviously, based on what you've told me, and if anything's correct that I say, please correct me. Based on what you told me, it was only you and Matthew in the house last night. You guys were drinking throughout the evening, taken some shots. You guys fed the cats around 7. You took a little break. Then you started drinking again, playing some card games. Started talking about Capital One.
Yeah, the card games were earlier in the night, but I mean, yeah, it was just a
Sorry, card
kinda,
games,
It
cats.
was just kind of a chill night. Like, yeah, we played some games, we talked, and just
You fall asleep around 10:30, 11 in the chair inside the office, which is downstairs, right? And you woke up this morning. You come out, you don't see him, but the kitchen's in a bloody mess. And you find him outside sitting in a chair. You try to give him CPR when you call 911. You don't know what happened to him? Was there any fighting or arguing last night? Do you all have a history of any kind of fighting or arguing?
nothing. I mean, couples argue sometimes. We never really fought. We would argue.
Have you guys ever been physical with one another?
No.
Not sexually. I'm talking about like
Physical fighting.
physical fighting.
As physical as we got, it would be one of us having to say, like, if we got too drunk, just sit down and chill out kind of thing. Like, it wasn't hitting, pushing, anything like that. It was more just like, sit down and calm down. He did drink a lot, yeah, and there were times where I had to, like, make him just stop and drink water, you know, kind of be like, you're not drinking any more liquor, just sit down and you know, here's a fucking bottle of water, chill out kind of shit. And he would normally just fall over on the couch and fall asleep. That's why I checked downstairs, because I thought he was just asleep on the couch.
So there was no arguing last night.
We were having a great time.
Was there anything physical, violent?
He was never violent, not to me.
Were you violent with him at all? You didn't push him or punch him, scratch him, anything like that?
No.
And he didn't do anything to you?
No, we were never like that. I mean, like I said, couples argue, but we never got to that point. We'd yell at each other and go to bed and wake up and be like, fuck, I was a dick, I'm sorry. And that was the end of it. Like, we'd move on from it.
So nothing happened last night for him to get upset or violent with you, right? Was there anything that happened or that would have caused you to get violent with him?
No.
Did you do anything to harm him? Do you know who harmed him? before the cops showed up, did you move or remove anything from the house?
No.
Did you go anywhere?
No.
Talk to anybody from the moment you got up to when you called
No,
911?
the only thing I cared about was him.
Sometimes, I know with two guys sitting in here, it's hard for sometimes a woman to talk to them or open up to them. Okay, I know that. But I just wanted to give you the chance or the opportunity. I know you said there was nothing physical between the two of you last night, violent-wise. Was there any? I'm only asking this for investigation purposes. Were you guys intimate with one another last night, at all?
No, because I'm still on my period.
Okay.
When's the last time you guys were, if you remember?
I believe yesterday morning I sucked his dick to wake him up, so if you want to count that.
That's intimate.
She seems proud of the detail she just shared. Here's when you should remember that Melissa was a cosplayer who loved to dress as Elvira, the character from the movie Elvira, the Mistress of the Dark. She had an obsession with Halloween, and most importantly, she aspired to be an actor. And you'd probably know how actors can usually cry on demand, so could this explain the inconsistency in her emotions?
Sometimes arguing can lead to something physical, which then can lead to something else. Did you do anything, or did he do anything to you that would cause you to react in any kind of way, to be violent with him?
He was always amazing with me.
Did he
Never put his hands on me.
Did he ever threaten you with any weapons or anything?
Absolutely not.
What about last night?
Not that I remember.
Does he have any weapons?
I mean, we got knives. He likes knives. He's got them around the house. And there is a gun upstairs in the master bedroom, a SIG. But that's it, really. Nothing. I mean, nothing too extreme. Just one gun and some knives. Most of the knives he has is like his brother gave it to him, and then his dad gave him this kind of thing.
You said sometimes the most you guys will argue or yell at each other is if somebody gets too drunk and says chill out or sit down or calm down.
Sit the fuck down, have some water, and chill out.
Did it ever get to that
I'm putting you on
point?
a timeout.
Did it ever get to that point last
Not last
night?
night that I remember, no.
When is the last time you think one of you had to say that to the other?
Oh God, it's been such a long time. We've been trying to get back, working out and everything, hence the new shoes and all that. I really haven't been drinking that much a lot lately. Last night's the first time I've been actually drinking liquor in a while. Just because I don't, for health, for calorie, I'm trying to not put on weight, so. It's been probably, since we had to do something probably 3 or 4 months.
Melissa seems to perceive the secondary detective as more stern, so she's attempting to persuade the main detective of her innocence by maintaining eye contact with him while talking over the secondary cop. But if Melissa is, in fact, guilty, what could be the motive?
That's you guys' engagement ring? Wow.
That's beautiful.
He was saving up to make a formal proposal to me whenever he could afford the ring that he knew I wanted. I told him I didn't give a shit about that, but he wanted it to be perfect for me. So this was more of a promise ring than anything. It was a step between his official proposal to me.
It seems like Melissa wanted a more expensive ring. This indicates that she had certain expectations or desires within the relationship, and possibly felt unfulfilled in some way, and such negative emotions had been piling on.
He can drink he was always, he could drink you under the table.
Does he
He
have a
had a
drink?
high metabolism, and he was just always running through booze.
When did he came over? When did he stop working for them?
Maybe a month ago.
What
Their
was
office is right down the road if you want to go ask.
why did he stop? Did he get fired or did he leave?
It's commission based, and he had to go knock on doors and get people make appointments, and then from there get them sell them.
So it was more so him just, I don't want to do this anymore.
It was, he was driving around a lot on his feet, like doing all this stuff, and there was nothing coming back from it. It's not like they were getting paid hourly or anything. So, I mean, we made the decision to say, fuck it, like, just stay here, help out around do more around the house would be more beneficial.
More beneficial, okay. So did he ever work with anybody that he had problems with? Any coworkers that
Not
he had issues?
particularly, no.
Okay. I know I stepped out for a second, and I think it was right around the time where we were talking about you waking up and walking around the staircase, and you saw the kitchen and how it looked prior to going upstairs to look for him. And I've never been in the house. I haven't been in there. I was told by deputies that responded that it's got some blood and some glass. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay, so is that uncommon if you wake up and you're walking around and see that? What's your reaction to that when you saw that?
I mean, I saw it and I was worried and everything. That's why that's why I was looking for him. Like, but I saw broken glass and there was a lot of blood. But I mean, there could have been a lot of blood, yeah. But I mean, if it was anything that terrible, I thought we would be sitting in the fucking ER kind of thing. Like, I think like maybe like glass got broke, we cut, or one of us cut ourselves or something, and just I don't know, just didn't clean it up. He was drunk and didn't clean it up.
But to you, cause like again, I haven't been in there, but to you it looks like a lot of blood and a lot of glass, like something happened?
Yes.
Okay. Did you, at that point, become more concerned about anything, or are you still just trying to see if he's sleeping upstairs?
I was absolutely more concerned.
Okay. I'm just asking because I'm like I said, I haven't been in there. I don't know what kind of reaction it's going to elicit. If I go in there, I'm like, oh, that's just some little blood on the ground.
It's not just a little blood on the ground.
Okay.
There was a lot of blood. And yeah, I saw it, but I kept looking for him. I ran upstairs. He wasn't in the bedroom. I mean, I know I said I came back downstairs and let the dog outside, but I was confused. I didn't know, like, if you're not here, you're not there. What happened? Where are you? Kind of thing. Like, it didn't even occur to me that he would be outside.
Only when you let the dog out is when you realized he was.
Yeah,
outside.
because I didn't know. Like, I didn't think he would be outside. I didn't think to check there. It's not like we just go to sleep outside. We don't do that.
Does he ever hang out outside when you guys are just hanging out and drinking, or?
Yeah, we do that from time to time, like, especially since the weather's been really nice lately. And we have the patio set, and we'll go outside and sit down and hang out. And
Was he bleeding last night when he went to sleep?
no,
Did he accidentally cut himself?
he did.
Melissa adds in extra details in this version of events. There's a term called an emotional hangover, which is used to describe the lingering emotional impact or feelings that remain after a significant emotional experience or event. When you experience strong emotions, especially negative ones, they can impact your cognitive processes, including memory. During and after an emotionally intense event, your brain can become focused on processing those emotions, which might lead to less attention being paid to other details or events. This could explain why Melissa didn't remember the details, but this doesn't explain how she can remember that information now.
What do you mean?
He did. He accidentally cut himself on some, I don't remember what he was doing. But I think he cut his hand on something. I don't know what I don't remember. I don't know.
When you went to sleep last night
But it wasn't like massacre in the kitchen kind of thing. It was like wrap a fucking towel around it or a Band-Aid and you would have been fine.
So was there...
But he wasn't bleeding, like, he wasn't, like, bleeding everywhere. It was, I do remember that now. I think it was around when we were talking about the health insurance stuff. I think he cut him. I don't know what he was doing because
Did the kitchen look like, last night when you went to bed, did the kitchen look like it did when you woke up this morning?
Kitchen looked like our kitchen last night. This morning looks like a massacre.
So there wasn't blood and stuff all over the floor last night? Okay.
I also think it stepped out when you talked about, he's mentioned wanting to hurt himself before. Has he ever given you any indication of how he would hurt himself, or?
Can I have some ibuprofen?
I don't think we can administer any medications just because.
Yeah, that wouldn't be good.
We don't know, we don't know you, what you've taken. We don't want to be the one to put that last ibuprofen in you and have it go over the top,
Understood. I just have a rage
What I
headache, and I feel like all of this is still a bad nightmare.
What I'd like to do, Mr. is I'd like to get some photographs of you, okay? All right, we're going to go back on the record with Melissa Turner.
Currently 1250.
She's going to come in and take some photographs like we explained earlier. So we're going to let her kind of walk you through, she's going to walk you through how she wants you to stand up and stuff, okay?
I'm gonna have you actually against this beige wall right here. It's easier to get the other stuff out of the way. I'm just gonna take a few overalls, so we're gonna do front and back and your sides.
We might have some donuts in there. Would you like a donut or something? I don't know what kind there are, but I think we have some. Would you like one?
I think so.
Some sugar
This might be a good idea to eat.
Let me get
because I
some.
feel like I'm gonna pass out.
Well, we don't want that. Cops and donuts, we always have them ready to go.
Offering food and drink can create a more relaxed and friendly atmosphere during the interview. It can help to establish a rapport and make Melissa more comfortable, potentially leading to more open and honest communication.
Oh, wow.
I had no idea that was there.
I'm going to go ahead and photograph it, and we'll see if we can get
A Band-Aid
a Band-Aid or something to wrap it up with.
Yeah, some super glue, I'll be fine. I have no idea. I don't. If it happened this morning, I don't know.
That cut appears to be deeper than Melissa initially let on. Why would she want to hide it? Well, the answer is just around the corner.
It's hair and then
Yeah, it's
blood.
dog fur.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. It kind of looks like a scratch or something.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure.
It's dog fur.
Sometimes detectives might use a break during an interview to evaluate the person's behavior, demeanor, and story. After providing some comfort and relaxation, it's more likely that Melissa will break character when the detective's charged with more confronting questions.
I got you something. You need to use the restroom, or you good? We were talking about earlier, right before they came in, about getting your DNA. This is a form. I'll read it to you. You agree, I'll let you sign it, okay? Just want to follow up. Got a couple more questions for you here. Can I move the chair back over here for you, if you don't mind?
You're not hiding in the corner.
There you go. Sit right there. Nothing's changed. You're free to leave whenever you'd like. You don't have to answer any of our questions. You're not under arrest, anything like that. Okay? I just need you to, I just need to know that you understand that, okay?
Yeah.
All right, so, like we explained earlier, we're doing a search warrant at the house, which is, standard for us to do. We ask you some questions. Can you just walk me back through, to the best of your ability, starting from yesterday when you woke up until what got us here today?
This interview seamlessly turned into an interrogation long ago. Ultimately, the goal of an interrogation is often to obtain information, admissions, or confessions from the person being questioned, and making them feel like they are participating voluntarily can be a strategic part of achieving that goal.
We looked a little bit more. We thought your scratch was kind of small, but then we saw that it was bigger. But we also saw, like, it looks like we call it abrasion, but maybe a scratch. Tell me about that on the left side of your neck. Yeah.
This, that I don't have an actual explanation for you. Besides, I mean, I don't know. I could have done it myself this morning for all I know, going through my panic attacks and stuff, because I don't hurt myself, but sometimes I do. Like when I have an anxiety or a panic attack, I'll grab at myself without realizing it. So I don't know if that's that, but I don't know.
Did somebody else scratch you?
Not that I know of, no.
Would you know if somebody scratched you?
Mm.
Okay. Because you said not that I know of, so.
I mean, I don't know
if
where
he
it
scratched
came
me,
from.
I would know he scratched me, type of thing. That's why I'm asking.
I have no like real explanation for it besides like I do this when I get anxious, and this morning's been a fucking roller coaster and it's all been down now.
No, I know. And earlier when we were talking to you, we didn't know about that, so that's why we didn't ask you about it.
I don't know. I don't remember exactly. Because I don't remember. Because I remember it was this morning. Because I remember getting some of the blood on him. I think I was looking for a phone and I was panicking and picked up the glass. It's because I knew it was this morning. I remember that. I think I just couldn't find a phone at the time between the mess that the kitchen was, and I was just panicking.
That's a pretty significant cut.
Yeah, well, I was panicking pretty bad.
Does that look like a glass cut?
I don't know what it looks like. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't.
It must have been a pretty big piece of glass.
Well, I remember there was the glass in the kitchen was a big mug.
Okay.
So it could have been that. I picked that up and was panicking, kind of. I don't know. I just remember it was this morning. And
Melissa's story will take a 180-degree turn in the next 3 seconds.
Like I said, we got detectives at the house. They're inside the house now. I think they got a search warrant for it, and we've been talking to the neighbors and all of that stuff. You said that last night you never woke up at all.
not that I know.
You either did or you don't. I'm not tricking. This isn't a trick question.
No, I don't remember waking up. I remember laying down and I remember waking up in the same spot.
The deputy, I spoke to the deputy at the scene,
Mm-hmm.
and he said when he first spoke with you, you made a comment to him and had said that, well, what were you arguing about last night?
I don't really remember. I mean, we might have gone in argument, but it didn't seem like anything. I mean, sometimes we do whenever we get one of us, whenever he drinks a little too much, but I always just brush it off and go to bed. It could have been, I'm not exactly, I don't know.
Well, the reason I'm asking is because you told the deputy that you guys were arguing. And you've been pretty detailed about everything that happened yesterday. I mean, even how you woke him up yesterday, that's pretty detailed. So I would think you would remember what you guys were arguing about. That's why I'm asking.
Because, I mean, he did have a lot to drink last night, I know that, but I don't really remember it because it kind of is not that we fight and argue all the time, but he just, we'll just get drunk sometimes and he gets a little too amped, like wants to, I don't know, he goes on about something. Like I said, I think it was, when I said he was talking, I think that's kind of ties into it. Like, I just want to go to bed, and he would be like, no, like, stay up with me, come on, let's have fun, blah, blah, blah. We get in arguments about that sometimes because I just can't stay up, I'm just tired. And he would, drunk him would get, like, disappointed about it. So it's not, like, actual arguing, but it was more, like, made me feel guilty kind of thing, like, We weren't like screaming at each other that I know of. We were just,
How long were you guys arguing for?
I don't know exactly. Like, I wasn't keeping tabs on the time.
5 minutes,
Maybe
an
10,
hour?
10, 15, I would say. Is normally our back and forth, and me, I'm like, drink some fucking water and shut up kind of thing normally.
You probably weren't arguing with him when you had the hiccups in the.
Oh no, we weren't arguing then, I don't know, because he
So
was
it must
trying
have
to calm
been. It
me
must have been
down.
after the burping and the hiccups and before you went to sleep.
Yeah, it had to been then.
Well, you mentioned the argument may have been because you just wanted to go to sleep and he keeps wanting to hang out and talk.
That happens, yeah.
Okay, but that was also the time you were basically falling asleep while he was giving him the and just whatever he was talking about.
Sounds about right.
But so is it fair to say that you guys were arguing, but you just don't remember what you were arguing about?
Initially, Melissa may have tried to portray her relationship with Matthew as problem-free to avoid suspicion. As the interrogation progresses, she's begun to feel the pressure, which can lead to more honest and self-incriminating statements. By admitting there may have been a fight, she is providing context and justifying certain actions that might come up later.
You could say that, but I can't
I'm not
say
saying anything. I'm asking you. I mean, you guys.
It's fair to
argued.
say we may have been, but we might not have been.
Okay.
I mean, because it wasn't significant enough for me to actually remember it.
Okay.
Seems like maybe a little tiff, back and forth, normal shit, but nothing monumental.
Okay. Tell me about what happened around 4 o'clock this morning.
4 o'clock? What happened at 4 o'clock?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking you.
I don't know either. Why?
Was there any arguing around
At 4 o'clock?
this
Not
morning?
that I know of.
You would know because either you were sleeping or you weren't.
I believe I was asleep.
Were you asleep at 4 o'clock this morning?
To my knowledge, yes.
Do you remember being awake at 4 o'clock this morning?
No?
Did you get in an argument at 4 o'clock this morning?
No.
Or 4:30, somewhere around that time frame?
Not that I know of.
Okay.
Any time between when you went to bed at 11 to when you woke up, I think you said 20 minutes before you called us, right?
It was right around, yeah.
So let me just make sure I have the right time, so I'm not talking.
The call came in at 8:45.
8:45 is when the call came in, so you said about 20 minutes, maybe even if you lost track of time, say you wake up at 8. Any time between you went to bed at 11 last night to 8 this morning, did you have any argument?
No, not that I know of.
Well, I mean, you say that a couple times.
Let me say this. So we've been talking to the neighbors. There's cameras all over the neighborhood. There's Ring doorbell cameras and everything.
Okay.
Okay. Sometimes when we ask questions, we usually know the answers to them already. That's why we're
Yeah.
asking you this
That's
question.
why I'm getting the feeling.
Around 4 o'clock this morning, something happened at your house. That's why we're asking.
Okay, what
The only
happened?
person, I don't know, the only person that can tell us that is you because unfortunately I'm not here.
Thanks,
I-
I know.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I don't know.
Okay.
What were the neighbors saying? What?
It ain't what the neighbors are saying, it's what's on
What is-
video.
what-
There's arguing coming from the house. It's a male and a female. And you told us earlier in your statement that the only people that were there all night long were you.
I have no memory of any argument at 4 in the morning.
Okay.
If it was at 4 in the morning, I will tell you right now, I did not stay up until 4 in the morning. I don't know, maybe it's possible he was still up and drunk and woke me up and we got in an argument over that.
Did that happen?
If it was 4 in the morning, then my ass was dead after asleep, and if he woke me up, then I was still half asleep.
Okay. So tell me about the argument that you had around 4 o'clock this morning.
I have no memory of that.
Okay. But it wasn't anybody else because there wasn't anybody else there. I'm being totally transparent with you.
I have given you the information that I have.
Okay. Well, just asking because something happened there. Unfortunately, he's no longer with us. And I have some video surveillance that Over here is a conversation, actually yelling and screaming between a male and a female, coming from your house. So, I know you drank some, but you said you weren't on any drugs or taking any medication, so I tend to believe that he may have woke you up. For why he woke you up, I don't know. Why you guys were arguing?
I know he got really drunk, so
I
I
don't know.
can't say. I mean, sometimes when he got really drunk, he got really drunk. He would say, like, he was an alcoholic. He got belligerent sometimes. Not hurt me, not touch anything, but he would get just drunk, like, out of control drunk.
Melissa's evasiveness during questioning, especially when detectives sense they are getting closer to the truth, reveals her attempt to exert some control over the situation, although even that control seems to be gradually slipping away.
Here's, and I'm just gonna.
Okay, just no bullshit, please.
Exactly, no
Okay,
bull.
cool.
Let's do that, because here's the thing. He's sitting here telling he's playing his cards. He's showing his hand to you. You guys played cards last night. You guys know how to play cards, right?
Yeah.
He's showing his hand right now. He's telling you that we have evidence that there's arguing coming from your house at
Right.
4 o'clock in the morning. So I don't want you to go down a road where you say that you just have no memory of that.
Okay.
What we need from you that would probably be a lot better off and make a lot more sense is to come forward and tell us what that argument was about it for you, rather than say you don't remember.
The argument was him waking me up because he was a night person, as I've told you guys. Him staying up till 4 in the morning whenever he got drunk is not unheard of.
Melissa's request for the detective to be straightforward and her shift in body language appear more casual and confident can be an attempt to mask her anxiety. However, her changing story suggests that she may still be struggling with an inner conflict.
I would say he woke me up and we got in an argument over that because he was still up at 4 in the morning drinking. When he had a problem, he knew about it. He knew he should fix it. He was trying to work on it, but being up at 4 in the morning, drunk off your ass, wasn't doing anybody any good. And that was what the argument was about then.
Okay, so just so I'm clear, you do have a memory of what happened, right?
Yes.
At 4 o'clock.
Yes.
Okay.
She had tried to mask her disdain for Matthew's joblessness earlier, but here you can observe that she appears to be frustrated by that.
So you're obviously upset because, so just so I'm following, he's drinking until the wee hours of the morning.
Correct.
And that upsets you because of whatever he's doing wakes you up, and that's why you were upset.
I'm upset, yeah, because he comes and wakes me up, but also because...
Did he purposely come and shake you and wake you up, or did he just being noisy and that's what woke you up?
For me and for me to wake up like that, he woke me up
Okay.
himself.
And so what happens from there then? Now that you're awake and you're having this memory of arguing with him at 4 o'clock, what do you remember from that time?
I remember having the argument. I don't remember the kitchen there was no broken glass, there was no blood anywhere, nothing. I just remember arguing with him.
Was there anybody else there?
Not that I saw.
Well, you guys have a doorbell camera, right?
Oh, we have a camera, yeah. It's a motion activated one, so but it's on a delay, so if my dog walks past and sets it off, 10 seconds before, it's not gonna go off again when the door opens, through the,
It's
does that
motion.
make, yeah, and it's got the delay on it, so it's not just constantly recording things.
So when you were arguing with Matthew, there was nobody else there that you saw?
No, not that I saw.
Okay. Why were you yelling at him? Bitch, get up, get up.
Because he has a tendency sometimes, actually a lot of the times whenever he is drinking and gets that drunk into the hours of the morning, he will just fall over. He'd be standing, he'd be sitting, and he will just fall on the floor because he just gets that drunk. And I might have been, yeah, so I was upset with him. And was yelling at him because I was upset that he had done that again.
I want to keep asking you some more questions,
Okay.
but I'm kind of at a point where I want to read you a couple things. Okay. This is an affidavit that we have. Have you ever been arrested before, anything like that?
No.
This is the moment where Melissa more or less seals her fate. She makes up answers as she goes along. When the detectives bring up the exact phrases she said, it is a strategy to shake Melissa's confidence, and she ends up incriminating herself.
Do you know what your Miranda rights are?
Are you arresting me?
No, I'm not arresting you. What I'm doing is protecting you, your constitutional rights, because I want to ask you some more questions. But I want to read you your rights and afford you the opportunity to listen to those rights before I continue to ask you any questions.
Okay.
Is that fair?
Yes.
Okay. Listen, there's no tricks here, all right? I'm not a magician. I'm just trying to figure out what happened,
Okay.
all right? You have rights, and I just want to make sure that they're protected. I'm going to read them to you, and then you can read them to yourself. As I read them, I'll just have you initial them. You got your pencil. You got your pen right there? Tell me a little bit more about the arguing.
He was still up and he was drunk and being loud and, I mean, he wasn't harming me or anything like that. He was just still awake at 4 in the morning being drunk, and then he did the thing that, I mean, he's done it so many times over where he just gets drunk to the point that he just falls over. And he's done it millions of times, and he'll be standing up and just fall over, or sitting down and just fall on the floor. And the next morning he'll wake up with bruises on himself and not remember it. And I have to drag him to try and get him on the couch sometimes. Getting him upstairs isn't really an option. I try and put him on the couch. I try and drag him over there sometimes. Sometimes I end up just putting a pillow under his head where he's at on the floor.
Do you love him? Do you love him?
With all of my heart.
I can see that. Every time you shed a tear, it rolls all the way down your cheek, it goes to your chin, and lands in your shirt. And your shirt is soaked. That's a shirt full of tears.
We may have gotten in an argument at 4 in the morning. I would never, and he would never, we never would do anything to harm each other. We had a life together. We had plans, and everything was going perfect for us.
Is it routine for him to wake you up like that early in the morning?
Absolutely not.
When the detectives ask Melissa about her love for Matthew, they're using her emotional state as a tool to encourage her to share more about her relationship with Matthew and the events leading up to his death. By highlighting her tears as evidence of her love, they aim to use this approach to make Melissa open up about her feelings and potentially disclose information she might have been concealing.
How did it make you feel when he woke you up this morning?
I was pissed off. I was angry at him.
But you love him, right?
Absolutely.
Why would you say go fuck yourself so many times? Because I can tell you this, as a husband, I've never told my wife, go fuck yourself. I've never done that. Now, I don't know, all I know about your history with him is what you told me today. But what I can say, I've never done that as a husband. Okay?
You might not have done that as a husband, but when he gets that drunk, sometimes he himself says a lot of nasty things to me, and sometimes they're saying, go fuck yourself. Fuck off is just better than trying to deal with what he's saying. Because I know in the morning he wakes up, he won't remember a word he said. He won't remember passing out on the floor. He won't know why he has a big bruise up his back because he fell over onto the counter one time and then hit the floor, and he couldn't figure out the next day why his back and his head hurt so much. I love him, and he was a good man, is a good man.
This subtle shift in language reveals her emotional turmoil and a sense of denial about the reality of the situation. Detectives will interpret this linguistic shift as a potential indicator of her internal conflict and a way to come off as innocent.
He said a lot of nasty shit whenever he got drunk sometimes.
And that happens a lot.
Recently, no. In the past, it's been...
When I say that, it happens a lot. We see it a lot in our profession.
Not just you two specifically.
I'm not saying you two. When I say we see that a lot, it happens a lot. I'm not saying to your situation. I'm just saying in general.
Yes.
You know, and sometimes people make mistakes. You know, I'm sure he loves you, but when he's drinking alcohol, he says bad things. But those bad things still come out of his mouth, and they still make you mad.
Yeah.
Right? You also said a couple of other things like, stay down, so f***ing die. What are you talking about?
That was me being pissed off at him that he fell over.
He fell over.
When he got drunk and fell over.
How? Where did he fall over at?
The first time was in the kitchen.
Okay.
Like near the pantry.
Mm-hmm. Did he get hurt?
I don't know, as hard as you get from falling from over onto a tile floor. Not particularly.
Well, sometimes when you're drunk,
Exactly,
you lose your
I mean...
equilibrium and you could fall and hit your head or anything like that. What about the second time when he fell over? Because you said the first time, so I'm assuming there was a second time. Where did he fall over?
Not more than... I don't believe it was more than a few feet away. He tried to get back up. And then...
Let me ask you something. We've been sitting here talking for a few minutes, probably an hour or two at least.
Melissa has provided conflicting statements and appears to be evasive, so the detectives aim to challenge Melissa's current version of events.
You told us that you guys were there, there's only two of you, the two of you were drinking. At first you didn't want to tell us about the argument at 4 o'clock this morning, but you did, so I appreciate that, okay? But my problem is I got back porch with stab wounds.
Stab wounds?
Or wounds from a sharp object, okay? And the only people that were there were you and him. So I'm trying to figure out what happened, because earlier when I asked you if he was right-handed or you were right-handed, you said he had 2 deep cuts, is what you said.
That I saw.
That you
on
saw.
his arm.
Right. So how did he get those cuts?
That I don't know.
Well, he probably didn't do it to himself. And the only other person that was there was you. So I'm just trying to figure out and give you the opportunity to explain what happened. Because I'm going to be honest with you. I've been doing this a long time, and I've talked to a lot of people. And this situation, though I wasn't there, there's 3 sides to the story. There's your version,
His version and the
his
truth.
version, and the truth.
I'm aware.
What I'm trying to give you the opportunity is, I'm trying to give Melissa the opportunity to be this good person over here that may have got upset and reacted out of anger and not her normal character, or this person over here that just is mean, manipulative, raging, angry, killer.
Premeditated.
Okay?
That's-
Was it an accident? Because you were upset he woke you up?
I would
Or was
never
it something that
stab
would-
him.
Okay. Well, what happened? Help me, okay?
That I don't know.
Help me help you.
I don't know that part.
He's got wounds. The only people that think of it from let's imagine
can understand,
you're
but
sitting right here, okay?
I don't know.
Okay. Let's just imagine for a second that you're sitting here in my seat and I'm sitting in yours, and I'm telling you the same story you're telling me. It doesn't even. Something happened. I need to know, was it an accident? Or just you reacting because you were upset and then you realized, like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I did this? Or was this something that was planned that you were going to be doing this?
Absolutely not plan it.
I don't know.
Help us understand is what he's saying.
I love that man with all my heart. I never had those thoughts in my mind. My thoughts were, what am I going to buy him for Christmas? I don't know what happened. If it was an accident, then call in someone, something. I wouldn't have let him just die had I known that anything like that had happened.
So there was no accidents.
But she did exactly that. Let him die. She didn't call 911 until 4 hours had already gone by. To break her defenses, the detectives are employing the minimization technique. By suggesting that Matthew's death might have been an accident, detectives are trying to reduce the psychological pressure on Melissa. It's designed to provide the subject with a less threatening scenario by creating a sense of empathy in which they can participate more willingly.
You actually said, go f*** yourself.
And he's told me to go f*** myself.
I know.
So help us understand that he's telling you you're saying you're not a cold-blooded killer, right?
No.
Okay, so obviously something happened isn't with us. So what we're trying to get is what led to that versus the other side just makes you look like a cold-blooded killer if you sit here and say you don't know.
Melissa, I just held my hands out, and when I said this one or this one, you said not that one, that one.
I would not.
I don't think you would intentionally do it. I don't. I see all those tears right there in the middle of your chest. I need to know why. What happened? The only person that could have done this is you. You're the only person there. This one? Or this one? I don't think you're this one.
He's never. He was never violent towards me.
So why did you react that way? I'm asking you. I'm asking you.
He's.
This one or this one? This is your chance.
The dilemma question strategy can create psychological pressure on Melissa by forcing her to choose between two undesirable options. It can overload her cognitive capacity because when presented with a difficult choice, the ability to think clearly and maintain deception becomes compromised.
He gets drunk. He's never been violent towards me. He does get his knives out sometimes. And I don't want to tell you that he's put his hands on me. It's because it's not like he hits me, but he sometimes would maybe grab me or something and try, like, that sort of thing. He didn't hit me, and anything like this only happened whenever he was that drunk, where he was gone. He wasn't him anymore. I can't tell you why, if that's... Talking about it more now, thinking back on it. This is from me grabbing a knife out of his hand. I don't remember which one it was that he had. But it was from taking the knife out of his hand.
And then what happened?
Did you see how that worked out without a single word from the detectives? Silence can be uncomfortable in these situations, and Melissa may have felt compelled to break the silence with more information. When she realizes that the detectives won't provide her with immediate responses, she feels the need to fill the silence with her own statements.
I don't even know if I got the knife away from him doing this, but I know he had it. I don't... Do I need a lawyer?
That's a decision you're going to have to make. I can't say whether or not you can or need one.
We're not attorneys or lawyers. If you think you need one, that's totally up to you.
I didn't get the knife out of his hand with that. I pissed him off trying to do that. I swear he'd never hit me, never laid a hand on me, even when drunk. I will not let his name go down like that. But I do remember pissing him off when I tried to get the knife out of his hand. Because that was me. That's me. If you won't hand it over, if I can't get it out of his hand, I'll just grab the blade and get it out that way, if that's the only part of the knife I can grab to get it away from him. It's the first time I've done it. Because normally I can get the blade away from him. I pissed him off trying to do it. And things kind of escalated from there.
What do you mean by that?
Melissa's behavior is complex, reflecting a mix of emotions, self-preservation, and a desire to control the narrative. She seems to be shifting her story to present herself in a more positive light. Even though she openly wonders if she should get a lawyer, her need to come off as a caring and non-threatening person is stronger.
I mean, my neck isn't from me. My jaw's sore, like I got hit. I remember being thrown over the counter, lying on my stomach. I think in the moment, things just escalated. Like I said, he got pissed off, got a little more aggressive with what he was doing.
Okay, and how did you react?
I was scared at first. He always scares me. Even his voice can scare me sometimes when he takes on a certain tone. I'm not trying to be dumb about this. I'm a lawyer.
I'm going to go ahead and conclude the interview at 14:06 hours.
No. What is happening?
Could you at least come in here and keep me company? I feel like I'm gonna fall apart. Did I just get left in here now? Going to freeze me out?
It's possible that Melissa is experiencing distress or mental health issues, which might have led to her having imagined conversations with someone.
Can we please turn the AC off in here? Can I have a blanket? I can see you. It's a little cold in here. Please? Oh God, it's so cold. Am I not allowed a blanket or anything? Fuck, give me a towel. Paper towels at this point.
However, Melissa's confrontational tone here really proves that she is a cosplayer. She's been cosplaying an innocent girlfriend, and when that went down the drain, she abandoned that once she felt the need to protect her own interests. It suggests frustration and defensiveness. She may feel cornered and unsupported, which is why she resorts to more hostile comments.
Can someone at least tell me how my dog is doing? Last I heard, someone put her in a room upstairs.
Impressions, not impressions, but some like fingerprints of your feet. Okay? So that's what we're waiting on. All right? So if you can just hang tight for us. It's gonna
Of my
be a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, basically, you know how you do like fingerprints for you
Foot?
get the
Yeah.
ink and you do it. We're just doing it for your whole foot, like the bottom of your foot, like you'll step on it.
Because there's footprints in the house.
It's just part of the
Yeah, I
our,
walked.
well, it's just part of our processing of the scene and our investigation and evidence collection. So that's what we're waiting on. So we'll get you something to keep you warm, okay?
Melissa's behavior, shifting from hostility when alone to sweetness and docility when in the presence of the detectives, might be indicative of her adaptability and desire to manipulate her image. When alone, she may feel more comfortable expressing her true emotions. However, in the detective's presence, she switches to a more agreeable and compliant demeanor, hoping to present herself in a more favorable light and to gain their sympathy. This adaptability suggests that she is conscious of how she appears to others and is attempting to control their perception of her behavior.
I would stop shaking.
Oh, you gotta put your heel down.
Sorry, you guys have to babysit me.
Mom, you're okay.
You wanna eat your fries while you still warm?
Try.
McDonald's fries are not good cold.
It's true.
Huh?
No fries are.
That's true. Checkers or McDonald's fries?
I'm never had checkers.
What?
I don't know.
We went back to the scene and we talked to the state attorneys and we consulted with them based on the statements and the evidence. We're gonna have to place you under arrest, okay?
We'll let you continue eating
We're gonna
this.
let you
I'm just gonna
keep
hold it
eating,
for
okay?
you for now, okay?
We gotta do some paperwork and then we'll get you over to the jail. Meanwhile, we're gonna move you over to the other holding cell and we'll let you eat that, okay? Do you want to know what you're being charged with, or? Well, I'm going to tell you. You're being charged with second-degree murder with a weapon.
His phone is back. I tried giving him CPR.
I just thought that there was a lot of acting happening, where she's dialing 911 and make herself cry.
I don't know what happened.
It was exceptional acting.
Fantastic actress. She wanted to be in movies.
Throughout the interrogation, Melissa's behavior displays elements of what could be described as acting and manipulation. Melissa's shifts between emotional states, her willingness to alter her story, and her use of evasive tactics suggest an attempt to deceive or manipulate the investigators. She can be seen trying to create a certain image or narrative to avoid responsibility. She may believe that by portraying herself in a particular way, she can gain sympathy and mitigate potential legal consequences. Melissa's focus on herself, her portrayal of being wronged, and her attempts to divert attention from her involvement in the incident align with narcissistic traits. This behavior might be driven by a desire for self-preservation and self-enhancement. Although Melissa provided her version of the events, she was subsequently arrested and faced charges of second-degree murder with a weapon. Law enforcement took her into custody, and she was detained at the nearby county jail.
I thought this was it. I thought he was gonna kill me, and then I stabbed him lightly in the back just to get him off of me.
During the trial, her defense attorney, John Trevina, contended that her case revolved around self-defense. However, the prosecution presented an alternate narrative. Assistant District Attorney Chinwe Fawcett argued that Melissa's actions exceeded self-defense, citing intoxication and frustration with Matthew's drinking.
I thought it was bizarre. There was the insinuation that he had done this to himself, and he had a stab wound in the back. He couldn't have done that to himself. You said 4:33 a.m., so effing die, right?
No, I have no recollection of that. I explained my side and why I did what I did.
You're crying right now. Is that what's happening? Are you crying right now?
Do you know what tears look like?
Are you crying because you can just cry on cue?
I'm crying because my life is on the line right now.
Sean, Matthew's brother, emotionally recounted the troubled relationship between Melissa and his brother. He stressed that this wasn't a tale of an innocent young woman, but of a person who intentionally isolated and manipulated his kind-hearted brother, steering him away from their loving, supportive family. Finally, on February 18, 2022, following 7 hours of deliberation, the jury delivered its verdict. Melissa Turner was convicted of second-degree murder and received a 20.5-year prison sentence in the Florida State Prison. Given the context, we invite you to share your thoughts and insights on Melissa Turner. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you would like us to cover any case, please drop your suggestions. Also remember to like, comment, and subscribe so that we can keep covering such cases. Until next time, stay safe.